follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
Love hearing from you there, connecting with you there based on the After the Show podcast we did last week with you, Murphy, about you getting real about the mental struggle of being diabetic.
Yeah.
You're type 1
Type
diabetic.
1, yeah.
It was World Diabetes Day last week, and we just kind of got into it. And you are not alone. You are heard and seen, and that means you too. Ellen sent this in. My daughter was diagnosed at 23. That was 5 years ago. Until you live it, it's hard to understand what a drag it is every day and practically every minute. She just went on the pump, which has made a tremendous difference.
Yeah.
Technology is a wonderful thing. I can't imagine how it was for people years ago.
Yeah.
They were guessing years ago.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard stories about that, and they went up with complications. We're talking about type 1 diabetes specifically here.
Insulin dependent.
Which is-
you have to give insulin
Right, which is
to
about
live.
4% of the diabetic population. And so before all that, I mean, you had test strips and you did the best you could. Before they had test strips, there were some other things that, not so great.
To test. Yeah. Since we've been married and you were diagnosed not long before we got married, Murphy, I've tried to have the quick summary of explaining when asked what's the difference between type 1 and type 2. And the way I can summarize it is type 2, people with type 2 diabetes, your body still makes insulin. Your body just doesn't use it properly.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to manage it, diet, exercise, sometimes medications. Type 1, your body stops making insulin and you have to manually give it.
Yeah.
Or you won't live.
Yeah, it's an autoimmune disorder, and so
Right.
the islet cells in your pancreas are actually, the body attacks itself, and then you don't make insulin anymore.
Casey sent this in and a picture of her T1D warrior.
Okay.
My T1 warrior, Jackson. He is 17 years old now and going strong. Utmost respect to all the T1s and my
Congrats.
family who support them.
That's awesome.
Angela said, my daughter has had type 1 diabetes for 31 years, and I've watched her struggle since she was 3, but she's doing great. Praying for you, Murphy. Take it easy.
Oh, that's...
We hear you. Peggy sent this. Hi, I'm type 1. Raised her hand. I'm type 1. I was
Hi.
misdiagnosed. After 7 months of wrong treatments, I lost 70 pounds. Then they decided to send me to an endocrinologist. He did a different blood test and bingo, type 1. I'm now on the T-Slim pump, and I have good days and bad. But I agree with you, Murphy. I'm taking better care of myself for the kids, and I feel better. We are
Yeah.
kindred spirits.
Yep. It's funny she says that because I was misdiagnosed first also. Although you don't go long once you're type 1 being misdiagnosed. Eventually you'll be in the hospital.
It's hard.
So,
It's
yeah.
hard to catch and then live with. Thank you. Keep it coming.